First at 10, Maine law enforcement turning to artificial intelligence.
From writing reports to analyzing video and evidence, it promises to save officers time. But the technology is often outpacing policies to govern its use.
The I-Team's Dan Lamparello takes a look at this new era of policing and examines the risks and challenges AI brings to courtrooms all across Maine.
Officer Estabrook responded to a report of a motor vehicle break-in.
Lieutenant James Estabrook with the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office is used to drafting police reports.
We have to type a document on every event we go to.
But for a process that can take hours.
So right now, it is creating the draft based on the video.
This narrative populated in seconds with the help of artificial intelligence.
This provides the video, the transcript of the video, and my draft.
Since July, the agency has been using a system called Draft One from the law enforcement technology company Axon. It uses AI to take audio from a deputy's body camera video, transcribe it, then automatically write out those details in a draft report.
There is no requirement for our guys to use this. They don't have to. They can type their report, which I do sometimes. I type my report the same way I always have.
Are you finding that most are?
Using this? Oh yeah. Yeah, the benefits of it were quickly.
Hey, I'm just pulling you over, you're going a little fast.
Axon claims the tool can save officers an hour or more of paperwork writing each shift, but it's not foolproof.
So you have to remember, what's being drafted is the audio, not the video. My observations, my sights, what I see, what I smell, what I hear, if I don't verbally articulate that, it won't go in the draft because it's not reading the video, it's reading the audio.
Those gaps mean officers can't rely on AI alone.
It requires the officer to read this draft and to add those details.
While Cumberland County is at the forefront of using this technology, they're not alone. An I-Team survey of law enforcement agencies across Maine found at least 10 are actively using artificial intelligence for some part of their daily operations. Another 6 say they plan to start using it within the next 3 years.
These are uncharted areas.
The Oxford County Sheriff's Office is hoping to invest in a Draft One system too, and Chief Deputy James Urquhart says conversations with other departments and even prosecutors are guiding that process.
We're relying heavily on our predecessors, i.e. other towns, agencies and things that have used this. We follow them to say, okay, what's worked, what hasn't worked, what issues have you done?
The majority of agencies experimenting with AI tell the I-Team they're using it to write reports, while others say they're using programs like ChatGPT for research and even social media posts.
These AI programs are really powerful, and honestly, I think within the capacity of a lot of these departments, it's beyond their technological capacity to truly understand the power of AI.
Tina Nadeau with the Maine Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers points to a situation over the summer where Westbrook police posted a photo of evidence from a recent drug bust on social media, which they later admitted was heavily edited by AI.
Do you expect a time where you may have to object to evidence being submitted in a case due to AI use?
Yes, and my concern is, what if we don't know to object? What if the evidence looks very real, looks valid, looks authentic, but it's not, and we don't have the knowledge that AI was used.
Earlier this month, California passed a law requiring any police report written with the assistance of AI to have that clearly marked. Some law enforcement agencies in Maine say they'll do the same, but Nadeau points to a lack of standard policies on the use of this technology from police departments to prosecutors' offices.
Honestly, I don't even think they have a good handle over which agencies are using AI and how. District attorneys need to be really proactive because I think we're already behind.
I think that we have a good track record of navigating new technology.
District Attorney Natasha Irving says while state prosecutors haven't issued official guidance on AI use yet, those conversations are happening, though she expects any action to take place locally.
I don't believe that it's going to be a top-down approach, but I do believe that as usual, we will all work together to make sure that we understand the concerns and where we need to make sure that there's safeguards.
There are many fail-safes to it.
Back in Cumberland County, Lieutenant Estabrook says even as technology evolves,
It's not just building something out of thin air.
the need for accuracy doesn't, and every deputy is ultimately accountable for what's in that report.
When I sign my name on that report, whether I hand wrote it, whether I typed it, or did it here in draft one, that's my final work product.
And joining us with more is the I-Team's Dan Lamparello. Dan, thanks for joining us to kind of talk more about this and your findings and digging into this. It's really fascinating, and you can kind of understand a lot of the arguments on both sides here.
Absolutely. It's an ever-changing technology, right? I feel like in all of our shows, we're talking about it in some industry. This is just the latest one. And with any new technology, there's going to be a learning curve with it, for sure.
I mean, when we first heard Chat GPT, I was like, is this some science fiction movie or something,
Sure.
right? It's
Yeah.
bizarre. Hey, what are the official guidelines governing this use of technology, or are there any rules?
There's no set guideline across the state right now. Natasha Irving, with the district attorney who's up on the mid-coast there, she was speaking on behalf of the Prosecutors Association. They're discussing it, but they believe it's going to be on the local level. It's going to be up to each of the elected district attorneys to work with their individual law enforcement agencies in their district to kind of come up with some parameters and safeguards. Our survey found of the agencies that are using AI right now, only about half have internal policies governing its use as well. So it's really a mixed bag across the state.
And that could mean that each community has its own set of policies, and there's not one sort of universal policy, which is another factor here.
Sure.
Can every community just do it differently?
At the moment, they can. We don't even have a full understanding of how many law enforcement agencies across the state are using AI right now. This was a survey that we conducted on our own. It was completely voluntary and anonymous for these departments. It helped us track kind of who's using it. Again, we had about 10 that we found that are using it right now. Another 6 hope to use it in the next 3 years or so. But again, we only heard from about 70% of the law enforcement agencies in Maine. There's a lot still out there, and there could be more who are using this and just not saying.
Yeah, and how many said we're definitely not going to be using this, and did they give reasons for
Vast
that?
majority said that they're not using it right now. The biggest reason, cost. This technology is not cheap. I believe Oxford County is looking in the $500,000 range over the next 5 years to implement this technology. So it's a lot of money. The other thing was a lot of departments said that we're going to take a wait-and-see approach. They don't want to be the first ones out here. They want to see what their predecessors are going to do, how they handle it, and then see if there's maybe litigation, any type of state law or federal law that oversees this use.
And what's tough, you really have to balance, because there are a lot of people that are totally old school, and then we have the technology. It's like, look, it's like when computers first came out. I'm like, oh my gosh, computers.
Or even body cameras.
Yes,
when those body cameras
too.
first came out, there was a lot of reluctance in the law enforcement community about it. And I think a lot of people have, especially the people I've talked to in sheriffs and local law enforcement, they've come to accept them because it's helping both them and, the people on the other side of a crime. But it's very similar to that adoption, right? You have a lot of old school folks who are like, listen, I want my hands-on report. And Lieutenant Estabrook with Cumberland County said there's no requirement in their agency for officers to use it. It's just a tool that could help them save time.
And then what probably made them take a few steps back is what happened with Westbrook. People are sitting there going, not to steal a line from Hunger Games, but real or not real, right?
Sure. That was an interesting case, and I think that was the biggest red flag for, say, some of the defense attorneys who were saying, this technology is limitless at the moment, and until there are some parameters, it's kind of the Wild West when it's come to using it.
All right, much more to come. I'm curious too if communities or departments will end up having, public comment periods about things like this. And that would get a lot of
Absolutely. I
interaction,
feel like the only time we may see that is if there's maybe some state legislation. If this comes up at the State House, which I wouldn't doubt we might see in the next legislative session.
Sounds like they're going to have to fill out a lot of grant requests and a lot of fundraising involved.
The cost is a big factor here for sure.
All right, Dan, thank you so much for joining us.
Always good to be with you guys.
We'll be right back with more ARC Maine.